Hi. Thanks for coming. I've been thinking about how to talk to people that are teachers of yoga and meditation, because those are the people that I really like to reach. The message I have for them is that your most valuable asset is your time. And time is passing. And one of the things that I've noticed when I've been doing my outreach to people is that how much disinformation there is out there. And there's a story that matches that situation. And it has to deal with the musk deer. The musk deer, when it grows up, smells this wonderful smell. And it always seems to be wherever it looks for it, but it never can quite get to it. The secret is that the musk deer secretes the musk smell. And that's the smell that it's looking for. It doesn't realize that its smell comes from inside itself, essentially. So after the musk deer gets tired, it sits down under a tree. And then the symbology of the tree is that this is the tree of meditation. And because it's tired of looking, it stays where it is under this tree of meditation. And then all of a sudden, while it's sitting there, it noticed that the smell that it's been looking for is getting stronger and stronger. That's because it's sitting where it is. But also, it notices that other animals are trying to get to that smell too. So in order to escape the predators, it climbs the tree of meditation. As it climbs the tree of meditation, the smell gets stronger and stronger. And eventually the tree of meditation yields the fruits of dispassion, lack of desire for things that are going to disappear. And once it gets the fruits, it begins to see the truth. Because the truth is hidden, just like the musk smell is hidden inside the deer. I think most teachers of yoga are now in the stage where they've begun to sit under the tree of meditation, begin to understand the fuller dimensions of yoga and of meditation. And people are trying to grab their attention and take them away from that state. When a person becomes realized and realizes that nothing really makes a difference in the ultimate sense, then they have choices. In other words, they can choose what to do with their time. The choice that I made was, well, okay, maybe I can help people to reach their own stage of realization. But what I've noticed is, when I go out to try and tell people about that there's all these people, what started this all was yesterday, somebody said on Twitter, oh, the message of the Buddha was not that desire brings pain, it's completely misunderstood. And I wrote back to him And I said, really? You know, then he wrote back to me, well, I don't want to debate you, but I can reference you to some books that will talk about this. And then I wrote back to him and said, well, I'm really more curious now than ever, because here's a school of thought that talks about that. So the next thing that happens is he blocks me from him, and all my messages to him disappear and all the other things. So I just was blinking my eyes, wow. And I noticed today the FTC is talking about regulating bloggers to notify people when they have an ulterior message. So I'm thinking, well, this is all very interesting. This is the universe telling me that this is going on. To find out your own state of realization, the mind is of no help. It's because of the mind that you can't see your state of realization. So people that talk about this, finding the state of realization by analyzing everything, unless they can get you beyond that state of analyzation, are just fooling you. Now, I don't see anybody talking about that because that's the all nicey nice on the internet. And I think, well, I don't really have a desire except to help other people make their own state of realization. So I don't care really if people get very upset with me, as long as I can help the people that are looking for their own state of self-realization. As a side note, I noticed that because of the recession, a lot of people are going into getting their yoga certification. An interesting way to differentiate yourself in the future is to understand where Hatha Yoga is in the 8 limbs of yoga. And I was thinking somehow to give the people that are really interested in understanding their own state of realization a way to communicate that to the general populace. One of the things that looking for realization is that God should provide you with some things, and I talked about this, is that should provide wealth, it should provide love, it should provide the right way to live, and then to go beyond those 3 to the state of realization, to know God in all of His facets. Anyway, to summarize, the way you defend yourself from these things and climb the tree of meditation is to distinguish between the people that are coming at you to take your time, and to look for people. I don't consider myself the only path to self-realization, or what I really consider is that you are your own guru in some way. My own teacher said, Swami Satchidananda said, don't be deceived by the body. What I am are the teachings. If you get the teachings, you have me. So that's the message that came from Shivananda to Satchidananda, and I'm only continuing that message. Be blessed. Achieve the ultimate state of meditation. Have that bliss flowing out of you. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Thank you.